Let's get those fantasy football lineups set for week one. Hey, I'm Bill Enright with Sports Illustrated senior fantasy analyst Michael Fabiano. And Fabs, I know you got some insight on which pass catchers to start or sit for this week. Let's start with two second-year playmakers, Brandon AIYUK and Tee Higgins.
Yeah, let's start off with Tee Higgins there against the Minnesota Vikings. Really good matchup last year. They gave up 24 touchdown catches to wide receivers and the sixth most fantasy points. And I got to be honest with you, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. So I can start Higgins, I can start Tyler Boyd, and if I need a flex player, I could probably go with Jamar Chase as well. This is going to be an absolute barn burner there in Cincinnati. So get all of those guys into your lineup, especially Higgins. And then let's go to the Motor City, where Brandon AIYUK has a bananas good matchup against the Detroit Lions. They gave up an average of more than 44 fantasy points per game to wide receivers last year. That defense is not going to be any better in 2021. So as long as AIYUK is a go, and he's come back to practice, he's been dealing with a hamstring injury. As long as he's good to go, start Brandon AIYUK. And Deebo Samuel is also a good play this week.
All right, so two young guns making your stardom list, but two seasoned veterans are on your sit-em list. Why should fantasy managers be wary of starting Allen Robinson and Odell Beckham Jr.?
Well, we'll start off with OBJ. And I get it. Both of these guys are going to be starting in most leagues. I have to start Allen Robinson this week. I get it. This is more of a warning. It's more of a buyer's beware, right? OBJ, first game in a long time coming off of the major knee reconstruction. And let's be honest, in his first couple of years in Cleveland, he's been a wide receiver 3 at best. He's averaging around 12 points per game. And Kansas City's defense last year was really tough against wide receivers, allowing right around 135 receiving yards per game, the second fewest points to wideouts. So, listen, I get it. He's Odell Beckham Jr., but if you have better options at wide receiver or maybe flex, I would sit him. And in DFS, I certainly wouldn't play him. And the same thing goes for Robinson. Now, Robinson probably was drafted as your wide receiver 1. Again, you probably have to start him. You don't have to like it. Why? Well, Rams and Jalen Ramsey. I mean, those are two very good reasons to beware Allen Robinson. It's also his first regular season game with the Red Rifle Andy Dalton under center. So, again, this is more of a warning than telling you absolutely positively have to sit Allen Robinson, but I would temper expectations, and in DFS, I would fade him this week.
All right, Fabs, I love the insight, and I know you got plenty more of it, including your week one player rankings. That's all up at Sports Illustrated. Go to si.com/fantasy.